Oh, that old New Mexico. That old New Mexico. Driving through, driving around. That old New Mexico.
Okay, we're going to be coming into Los Alamos, and we're 10 miles away from it. We're west about 10 miles, and some of the scenery in this area is amazing. So I don't know what to expect when I get to Los Alamos, but I thought I'd start the video here. Let me put Los Alamos up on the map, and we're going to explore. We're going to go into it and explore, and I'll also be talking with AI to get a lot of data and statistics about it and information about it. So stay tuned for that. Up on the map, Los Alamos, New Mexico. Okay, New Mexico up on the map, so you can see exactly where we are. And then we're going to zoom in exactly where we are in New Mexico, so you can see that as well. And just so you know, I'm going to be putting up different New Mexico videos, driving around. Let's go watch the video, as if you're there yourself. Yeah, Los Alamos, New Mexico. So I was just about 5 miles back, I was seeing a lot of elk viewing areas, and I'm kind of in these mountains, so I think we're descending quite a bit, so I thought I'd turn on the camera. I'm going to be filming more inside the city, but I thought I'd at least give you some context of it from back this way. So stay tuned, and we're going to get into, we get closer to Los Alamos and show you what the city looks like and give you lots of data and information about it as well. Oh, okay, this is spectacular. So yeah, I think Los Alamos might be down in that area over that way. That must be stunning at nighttime. As it is at sunsets, must be incredible. Anyways, we're gonna keep on coming down, but I just came around that corner and it's like, wow, okay. 10, what that sign say? I think it said 10 kilometers or 10 miles per hour going around these curves. So pretty amazing. But yeah, this is a hairpin turn. So I don't know if that, yeah, anyways. Amazing. Looks like Los Alamos is going to be down at the bottom of this hill. Okay, so just thought I'd share a little bit more with you as we descend into Los Alamos, coming from the west, driving east. Well, actually, we're kind of all the different directions right now. We're at 501 though, if you want to see exactly where we are. Okay, biking the next 4 miles, so I guess people must bike this route here, and also the elk the next 4 miles. So that's so I guess we're 4 miles outside of Los Alamos. That's Alamos National Laboratory right there. Okay, a tech area. So I'm also gonna open up AI, so we're gonna talk and communicate a little bit, and we'll I guess we get a little bit further ahead, so we're gonna wait until we get a little bit closer to the town. Okay, Los Alamos. This is I don't know what to expect here. We had security back there, so I guess I don't know. Let's ask AI. I'm gonna try to get some more information about Los Alamos. Speed limit's 22, so let's get our AI going. Okay, AI, we're in Los Alamos, New Mexico, and I just went through a security check. I'm just curious, why might they have security checks here in Los Alamos, New Mexico?
Well, Los Alamos is known for its historical role in nuclear research, so they have some pretty high security facilities around. They just want to make sure everything stays safe and sound. So it's not too surprising to bump into a security check there. Did you have any other plans while you're in that area?
I'm just gonna check it out and just see what it looks like. I just see UCSD. It says New Mexico's Consortium. What's that?
Mexico Consortium is basically a nonprofit that brings together New Mexico's research universities and the Los Alamos National Lab. They work on all kinds of collaborative scientific research and education projects, and they kind of help connect the universities with the labs and industry. So that's what you're seeing there. Let me know how it all looks when you check it out.
Yeah, what's the population of Los Alamos?
So right now, Los Alamos has about 13,800 people and is growing at just under 1% a year, which is seems like you're on a bit of a demographic kick lately. By the way, is there a reason you're diving into all these population stats recently?
Yeah, because I'm doing YouTube, and I know a lot of YouTubers, they like to know exactly what a town is like, so a lot of other YouTubers do that. So I also want to share that with everybody so they know what we're looking at. So also like the gender one, and also I think this one, demographics, I kind of want to see the education level, because I heard that there's a lot of PhD holders here. Is that also, can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. It sounds like you're really diving into the YouTube research game. So for Los Alamos, you actually heard right. About 19.5% of the population holds a doctorate degree. That's a pretty high percentage compared to the rest of New Mexico. So you're definitely onto something with that. Are you planning to do like a whole video series on different towns and their quirks?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Love it. Sounds like a fascinating series. You'll definitely have plenty of unique tidbits to share with your viewers. And hey, if you need more Corky Town facts or anything else.
Yeah, actually I want to know more about Los Alamos. So when did this town first come about? What's the origin, history, timeline?
Los Alamos has a really fascinating timeline. It was originally inhabited by Native American communities as far back as, the 10th century, with Puebloan settlements from around 1150 AD. Fast forward a bit, and homesteaders began settling in the late 19th century. But what really put it on the map was the Manhattan Project during World War II, when it became this secret site for developing the atomic bomb, which they popularized. And if you want to dive into more local stories, the Los Alamos Public Library has a great collection of historical resources. So yeah, plenty of material for your video series.
Tell me more about the Manhattan Project in relation to Los Alamos. Give me some details, like how many people are working on that, what year was that, how many years did it take to develop, was it all secret, nobody knew about it, and then it happened, and then this town came on the map? Tell me some of those details and information.
So let's dig into the Manhattan Project details. Los Alamos was the secret hub chosen around 1943 to develop the first atomic weapons. They brought in some of the top scientific minds of the day, J. Robert Oppenheimer, Richard Feynman, and others. At its peak, a few thousand people were working there, all under this cloak of secrecy. The project took about 2 years to get the first bomb ready, and the town really did stay under wraps until after the war ended. After that, Los Alamos sort of transformed from a secret city into a well-known research hub. So it's definitely some wild history to add to your YouTube series.
So what kind of research are people working on now here?
So right now, Los Alamos is focused on some pretty intense stuff. They're working on producing nuclear bomb cores, which is part of maintaining America's nuclear stockpile, coastal. They're also planning to use a new data center in Michigan for nuclear weapon simulations, 2026. So yeah, they've definitely got their hands full with some high security projects. Anything else you're curious about?
Did you say Michigan?
Yeah, you heard right. They're planning to use a new data center over in Michigan for some of these nuclear weapon simulations. It just spreads out the work a little bit, keeps things interesting, right? If you want to know more about that or anything else, just let me know.
Data centers. So all these data centers, there's also there's doing data center stuff here and in Michigan, all for nuclear?
Exactly. They're basically splitting up the tasks. Los Alamos is handling the core research, while the Michigan data center is going to help run those big simulations. So they're kind of teaming up across states to keep everything running smoothly. Anything else you're curious about on this?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So and I guess so all the PhD holders, how many people have a PhD here in this? So all these PhD holders are doing research here. Okay, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so a lot of those PhD holders are definitely involved in research and development at the lab. They're diving into physics, engineering, and all sorts of cutting edge tech. So it's definitely a brainy crowd there. Anything specific you're curious about with their research?
I guess I'm just kind of curious. Here's I'm on something called Oppenheimer Drive. So he's very famous. Maybe just for people that don't know, can you tell the audience about him, Oppenheimer?
Absolutely. J. Robert Oppenheimer was one of the lead scientists on the Manhattan Project and is often called the father of the atomic bomb. He played a huge role in the work that happened at Los Alamos during World War II. So yeah, he's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and it looks like this town feels very suburban. When was most of this kind of suburban feel built?
Yeah, so that suburban feel really kicked in after World War II. When the Tigre Sea dropped, Los Alamos started to grow more like a normal town and turned into a community with schools, arcs, and all that suburban charm through the late 40s and into the 50s. So that's when you started feeling more like the place you see today.
I just saw the visitor center and it had a date, I forget now, 1709 or 1789. Can you tell me more about that?
Oh, sure thing. So the Los Alamos area actually has roots that go way back before the Manhattan Project. That date you saw may be referring to when the area was first settled or had its earliest ranches. So there's definitely some older history there too.
Yeah, I'm just seeing quite a bit. I just saw like a science museum, I think, and I just passed it. So I guess there's a lot of museums here for people to visit as well, for tourists. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a good spread of museums around here. You've got the Bradbury Science Museum, which is all about the lab's history, and some other local spots that dive into the area's past. So yeah, it's a pretty good place for tourists to soak up some history.
Was this town a lot smaller a long time ago? And when was all the growth here? Was it? Tell me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a lot smaller back in the day. Most of the big growth happened after World War II. Once the project wasn't so top secret, people started moving in and turned into the town you see now.
Okay, yeah, very, very suburban. Very suburban feel. Okay, so what else should I know about Los Alamos? So any other kind of statistics that you might want to share, things that I might not have asked that might be interesting for an audience to know?
Yeah, one fun tidbit is that Los Alamos actually has one of the highest concentrations of PhDs per capita in the U.S. So it's a pretty brainy town.
Yeah, and I guess they're all into science in particular, right?
Yeah, you got it. A lot of them are definitely deep into the sciences, especially because of the lab's influence. Physics, chemistry, engineering, you name it. It's a bit of a science hub. So it's a pretty cool place for anyone into that field.
Is there a university here as well?
Actually, there's not a standalone university right in town, but there are some partnerships with places like the University of New Mexico. They run classes and research programs out here, so you still get that educational vibe.
Yeah, and then as far as driving around, I'm kind of just seeing mostly kind of suburban. I saw some of the museums. Is this kind of basically what I'm seeing, or is there more to it that I might not be seeing?
Yeah, you're catching the main vibe for sure. I mean, a lot of it is that suburban feel with science museums sprinkled in. But there are also some scenic trails and nature spots nearby, so there's a little bit of the outdoor side too. Anything else you're curious about?
No, I think I'm going to, I might come to an end for this particular video, but thank you so much. And there we go. So that's going to be Los Alamos. So we're going to end this particular video, and I think that's enough. I'm going to get some gas and do some other stuff, and then we'll film some other places. As an aside, I just cleaned up that window a little bit at the gas station, and we're just going to head out of town. I'll just film it while we head out as well, so you can kind of see what it looks like. It looks like there's a lot of bicyclists. There's a lot of references to bicyclists. I guess it's kind of a bicycle lanes and bicycle signs. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be, I gotta slow down a little bit. 35 speed limit, okay. I'm going 45. So yeah, anyways, this is the Los Alamos, New Mexico area, and it looks like we got some airport. They got their own airport here in Los Alamos as well. It's a pretty interesting place. Speed limit up to 50, so we're gonna be heading out of Los Alamos. I'll just keep the camera running just a little bit longer. But anyways, this is what it looks like. So you got to see it from one side. We were up in the mountains, kind of looking down, and then we went into kind of a very suburban kind of feel, and now we're basically on the other side. So so the town itself has a pretty big role in security and research. So that's Los Alamos, New Mexico. All right, so we're going to be going to another town. So if you are going to keep watching it, we're going to be going to Espanola next. So that's in Los Alamos. I do want to add something though. These roads around here in New Mexico are beautiful. Like so to my left, which you will be able to see right now as we take this turn, there's some beautiful like canyons in here. So yeah, this is and we just entered Santa Fe County, so we just left whatever county that Los Alamos was in, and now we're just going down along this cliff. I'm surprised that cliff doesn't have some kind of thing to protect in case the rocks fall down. But yeah, that's pretty brutally steep. You could really tear up a car if rocks came down or if the car ran into those rocks. But wow, this is amazing. Yeah, so we're going downhill into this area. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to include this a little bit into the Los Alamos because it feels very directly connected to it, since this is the view that you'd get coming in and out of Los Alamos. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, I'm going to turn off the camera. Once we get, I'm going to get this view again as soon as we turn left, because there's a little angle right there. Now you can see all the canyon and stuff like that, I believe. Okay, so that's that'll be the end of the Los Alamos. A little bit of an extra bonus added for you.